You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Vampire Diaries After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Vampire Diaries After Show.
Bing is for doing. Buffy, woo! I just love this theme song. I'm just gonna take it in for a moment.
Can you smoke some more?
You want me to some water vapor?
Yeah.
That one wasn't a good one.
I enjoyed it.
Right at this point is when Buffy bangs open the doors and she runs around the corner. Willow and everyone follows behind her. All right, I'm done with that. Bing is for doing it. We are here doing another AFTERBUZZ TV after show for the Vampire Diaries. She's come undone.
Yes, she has.
Sorry for all the smoke and mirrors tonight. The show just got us going crazy.
Yeah. I felt tortured during this whole show.
So did Elena. Literally. I mean, I'm DJ Jesse Janedy, joined in studio by the one, the only...
Kristen Snyder! What up?
What is this, like the super extended long version
It
of the
is.
theme song?
I feel like we're getting energy from it, though.
Yeah, it's like the tombstone. It feeds energy. Well, you didn't have to cut it off so abruptly.
I was just getting started.
I feel like Beavis and Butthead for some reason.
We can do that.
All right, and then right here, this is when Buffy is fighting in hell. And okay, turn it off. You can just turn that off. I thought it was gonna be the epic moment of when Buffy takes the axe and just slices down, and it just you mess it up.
You
Steven.
failed us.
Steven, what's going on in the booth? Oh, he's blaming it on someone else. All right.
We got Anna in the booth tonight.
All right, Anna, I will not hold that against you.
No.
Well, I just want to say that I asked 3 different times, can I turn the song off now? He's like, no, people love it. People love it.
I loved it.
We loved it. I did love it. I was just
Thank you.
in my own head.
That's the most movement I've done all day.
Okay. Damon, Elena, and Stefan.
The torture triangle.
The torture triangle. I mean, the first thing that we said right before, first of all, if you guys were watching and just couldn't contain yourself, 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. Call in, talk with us. The one thing we said is after last week, this episode needs to be amazing.
We said that.
It wasn't amazing, but it had some great parts.
Took my breath away, honestly. You looked over and you're like, are you clutching your pearls?
Caroline delivered tonight, I must say.
So did Elena.
Elena did too.
I maybe have teared up a few times. Maybe.
Really? I want you to let me know when those times were. All right, so the beginning, Damon's in Elena's head, provoking her to change and kind of, she's walking out from school. She realizes, wait, this isn't real. My emotions, like what's going on. Then that didn't really work out. So then they brought Caroline in to trigger her.
That was just another emotional time for Caroline.
Yeah.
It was always harder for whoever was trying to help her.
Mm-hmm. As far as Caroline, she went in there, gave her a little blood. She didn't like that the brothers were really doing this whole torture thing. She didn't think it was right, didn't think it was really going to work.
Until she had her go with her.
Yeah.
And then she was like,
do whatever you
do
want.
whatever you want.
Elena, you really tried to kill your best friend twice?
Shame on you.
Yeah, but I'm proud. I'm very proud that Caroline snapped her neck.
Yeah, that didn't seem very difficult for her after everything she said to her about you're clingy and that's why all your boyfriends run away.
And it's funny because it's like everything she says to everybody, how do you look at that person afterwards and be okay with it?
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Because it's like, yes, she had to turn her emotions up, but all those things are inside of you. All those thoughts, like, they didn't just come up. Did you just put it together? This had to be something that you really had thought about.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's truth to everything that she says to these people. But it's sad because she's like summing them up as just like these negative things that they are.
Right.
And we all have all those negative things that we are, and then we all have a bunch of fantastic qualities.
Right.
But she's, of course, just drawing on all the horrible things and not
Elena.
the fabulousness of all these characters.
You know, so then they tried to burn Elena with the sunlight, and Elena tells them she's going to kill them both. And being kind of vindictive towards Stefan with the whole dumping him and...
She's horrible. And then telling Damon how,
I'm just
like...
gonna go back. Maybe might give Stefan another try.
Yeah, and you were so worried that it was all fake, and it was.
Right.
And then how about she just almost pretty much commits suicide there, throwing herself into the fire?
But I'm glad she did that because it made them realize she's really smart. She did that to see if they were really going to let her die because she knew that they wouldn't.
Right.
And they proved her point.
And so they had to call in more help. Better help.
They did.
Who would actually hurt her.
Right.
No
so they
qualms
call
about
in
it.
Katherine. And we kind of see how weak Katherine is. Not that we didn't know Katherine has a weak side to her, but you would think, here's the one time that we're going to give you Elena, and really that's all you did to her?
She didn't do too much. I was kind of disappointed with that.
Yeah.
Because I felt like, once again, evil Elena, as she's been referred to, she got the best of Katherine in this situation, which normally it's the opposite.
Yeah, you know, but I think I blame that on Katherine because you went in there talking about Elijah. What did you tell Elijah?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? And you gave her the stake. You gave her the weapon. You said to her, instead of going in there and just torturing her like you should have, and it would have weakened her, once she figured out, that's why you're here. That was the first thing she said to her.
Yeah.
So there you go. And she
You're
said,
right.
I didn't really have to say much. You're the definition of damaged. Ouch.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing, part of that is, like, Katherine never wanted to go in there to help them. She only wanted to see Elena to get answers about Elijah, because that's all she's thinking about. That's all she cares about right now. She never cared about Elena, which clearly we see by her letting her go.
Yeah, she leaves the gate open and says, you wouldn't last a week as a vampire without everyone fawning over you.
Yeah.
Great new word.
Word choice.
Yeah.
But I really like what Katherine said about the only difference between you and I is that I don't turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
I deal with it.
Yep.
And poor delicate Elena can't.
Yep.
So, she said some truth there.
She did, because it puts it in perspective. You think you're so tough with this whole charade being thrown around, but at the end of the day, you're doing it because you're scared and you're weak. And I don't think Elena really got that at all. But so Elena escapes, and then we get the whole scene with Matt. Matt finds Elena. And, you know, there were a couple times when she was going to go attack him, and then she would stop and listen to him, and I'm like, oh, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And then it happened. She bit him, and Steph and Damon came and stopped her. That was a really intense moment.
I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, wait a minute, that's not even Matt right now. That's not him.
Yep.
Like, who is that? Pretending to be him. Like, are they in her head? Like, what's going on?
And then for Damon to say, your precious little friend, she said, you're bluffing. He said, really? Snapped her neck off. His neck off, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Stefan played along and was like, Damon, don't do this. And so I was totally like, wait a minute, is Damon really doing this?
Yeah.
Because Matt is, like he said, the boy that everyone loves.
And
he's so honest, sincere. He's the person that everyone roots to succeed because he's the human that's actually a good guy.
And it was an awesome balance to have Matt, that key player, where on the flip side, we're getting the whole relationship story between him and Rebekah kind of telling how amazing Matt is. I really loved that part of the episode matching with that.
Hey guys, we got a caller.
All right, caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Caller, you're on the line with AfterBuzz TV's Vampire Diaries After Show.
Hey guys, it's Jillian.
Jillian! All right, Jillian, what did you think of the episode?
I loved it.
I figured that much. What were some of your favorite scenes?
Okay, I liked that it seems like when Elena is evil, she is so freaking smart.
Yeah.
It's a nice change from her being that scared little girl.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's smart, but I think it's in a different... I don't know if smart's the word. I think she has a more of a quick wit about her.
Right, I agree with
that. But I still think, you know, exactly like what Katherine said. She said, you turn your emotions off because you're weak. And I feel like a weak person isn't really using their brain as far as, okay, I'm going through life running and scared, and I don't know. I don't know if smart's the word to use. Why do you use smart?
She figured out that Damon and Stefan weren't really going to hurt her to the point where she would die.
Right. I mean, that in that part,
I don't think Elena's actually dumb, the regular Elena.
No.
I think that she is actually smart. It's just people often think that people who cry and are weak are stupid. I mean, that's just like something that correlates with each other.
Well,
but
it's also funny. I was talking about this on another show. Some people think they speak with their brain, and other people speak with their heart. And I feel like Elena speaks with her heart, and where people be like, "Oh, you're stupid," mm-hmm. Which at times I've said the same thing about Elena, that she is dumb. But it's just she's thinking looking at the big picture. Whereas now Elena is thinking with her brain, but there's no emotion there, and it's very tunnel vision.
Yeah.
This is very true.
What did you think about the whole Matt and Rebekah story?
I have to just go with what I've always thought about Rebekah, is that she tries too hard.
Yeah, but she does try hard. But at the same time, it's like years and years of the same thing. You know why I like it? Normally it would annoy me, but for her, I think it's, one, I love her and I'm obsessed with her. But two, I want Klaus to do almost the same thing. I love that she puts her guard down and she says, you know what, Matt, every day I will be here for you to prove to you that I am capable. And I like that about her because she's not that type of person. So to kind of change everything and look at the big picture, I don't know, I really appreciate that from her.
Yeah, she's finally dropping her pride.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
So yeah, it is annoying.
But I feel like she was offering to Matt the same thing that Klaus offered Caroline, was, you know, I can give you the world, I can take you into college, I can give you beautiful things.
Right.
And I feel like they throw their money at people to try to make them like them.
Right, but what within that, the difference between Klaus and Rebekah is that when Matt said, no, I don't want it, she said, okay, well, if you don't want it, then we can do it the hard way, and I will be here every single day to help you. And that to me was just, that's the opposite side of Klaus, where Klaus only wanted to give, you know, the riches. He never said to Caroline, okay, well, fine, you know what, come to New Orleans and let's just admire the art. Let's admire life. Like, forget about that stuff. Let's focus on you. I don't feel like Klaus is capable of doing that yet. Hopefully, after a season of the originals, he will be able to come back and get Caroline.
He will stop with the power aspect and actually enjoy life. Something that Rebekah said that I really liked is she said, everyone needs an advantage in life and I could be yours. I thought that was such a great line. It's true.
Yeah, I really hope it works out for them.
Me
I don't
too.
think it's going to, but whatever.
I think they've teased it so much.
Apparently not going over to the originals, I can see it happening.
You said what?
If she doesn't go to the originals.
I mean, the way it looks, it doesn't look like she's going over to the originals, so I can see their relationship happening.
Right. What did you think about as far as this whole Katherine and Bonnie deal?
I think that that's going to end up being really interesting because it's now going to be Bonnie and Katherine against Elena, Damon, Stefan defending on where Caroline falls, and then Matt and Rebekah, and it's gonna split them up again.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that, actually. That's going to be very interesting. Within 2 episodes, we're going to see all this.
Right. I mean, I really trust what Bonnie's doing here. I mean, she says she's only going to drop the veil for a few moments, which obviously my prediction's going to be today that she's bringing back Jeremy. Right. Of course.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to try at least, and supposedly do this spell for Katherine so no weapon can hurt her or whatever.
Jillian, before we let you go, I want to ask you, do you honestly think Vampire Diaries will bring Jeremy back?
I want them to.
I know you want them to, but do you?
Only because I love him.
We all do, but do you honestly, without bringing, be Elena, turn your emotions off for a second. do you honestly see Vampire Diaries doing something like that? Just curious.
I can't think of any other reason they would have Bonnie drop the veil, because obviously she doesn't have to drop the veil for Silas to take the cure and die.
Okay, and now do you think if Jeremy comes back, he's going to be normal?
I hope so. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it could be a situation where, I'm going to throw a Buffy reference here, when they brought her back from the dead, something else evil followed her back.
Right.
I could see something like that happening.
Or even just, actually, that's a good reference, that episode, because Buffy also came back different. They pulled her out of heaven, and so it really messed with her, and she was mad at them for doing that.
Yeah, but they're assuming that Jeremy is not in heaven.
Well, that's true, too. But they also assumed Buffy wasn't in heaven, too.
This is true.
Well, Jillian, give us your Twitter handle.
Oh, I'm at Jillian_Swan, and I just wanted to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I feel so bad for Matt. He's always the bait.
He really is.
With us in the group.
You know why I really want Matt and Rebekah to end up? Because Rebekah ain't gonna let nothing happen to Matt.
Exactly. That is such a great point.
This, she'll be like, look, this was the last time that's gonna happen. Y'all not gonna use my man as bait no more.
Yeah, I really like that she was the first face that he woke up to. She was the one waiting there for him to wake up. That was great.
Poor Matt. We always joke about Matt being, the random guy on the show, or they pull the human out whenever they need the human card. Yeah. But he played a really good role in tonight. He really helped Elena, and that was a really deep moment, actually.
Yeah.
But Jillian, thank you so much for calling in. We need you to make sure you call in the next coming weeks for the season finale. All right.
They dropped her, apparently. Bye, Jillian. Thank you for calling in.
All right, so where were we? Matt dies. Elena is going through it, and we see the emotion. And hand claps for Nina. That was
her face.
Yeah, just every moment, just from her holding him there, and her saying you're bluffing to.
I was like held in suspense.
Yep.
I was like, what's going on? This isn't happening. What's going on? I was like feeling it with her, and then I think that's the point where I started tearing up. I was like, no. I love Matt.
Yeah, I was like, wow, yeah. Damn, Vampire, y'all really just knocking people down in this episode. Just killing the whole damn cast.
This season's been very epic.
Yeah. I love Vampire Diaries, I must say. The thing about this season, though, I will say, they've had some ups and downs as far as the episodes go. They've had more fillers, I feel, this season than past. But the episodes that have been delivering have been delivering within the 30 minutes, like calling dominoes. They've been delivering, like, yes.
Guys, you have another caller.
Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Say again.
Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, my name's Wes. I'm from Michigan.
What up, Wes?
Hi.
All right.
Hey.
Were you obsessed with this episode of Vampire Diary?
You said, was I obsessed with it?
You said what? Yeah, were you obsessed?
Oh, yeah, I actually really did. I actually really was. I was really happy to see Rebekah, and I was really happy to see Katherine, because those two are my favorite.
Those are your favorite?
The TVD history, those two are my favorite.
I'm definitely with you for the Rebekah. What were some of your favorite moments from tonight's episode?
There's so many of them. I really liked the whole when Klaus had came to Caroline in the woods, and she thought it was him, and I actually was believing that it was him too.
I was too.
Yeah.
That whole switch, that really threw me off.
What did you think of what Caroline was saying to him? How she was reacting? Like, I thought she was really like showing her emotions.
Yeah, like she had feelings for him.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. Because she was acting like a upset girlfriend or a jealous girlfriend. That kind of threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, it reminded me of when Tyler just showed up in her house for prom. Like, I felt like Klaus just showing up out of nowhere. It had that same kind of draw of emotion out of her. And that is really, like Silas / Klaus said, I really think that is one of her darkest desires, is to be with him.
Yeah,
that she's just scared of it.
That's a deep comment. Your pretty little perfect feathers ruffled. What did you think? Did anyone think that they were actually going to kiss?
I really did. I really did.
I was hoping.
And then I was like, that would be so messed up to do to Caroline if they kissed and then he turned into Silas. That would have been traumatizing, actually.
Traumatizing, because then she'd be thinking that every time she went to kiss Klaus.
Yeah. What was another?
And then his face.
Oh, yeah, no one needs to be looking at that.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right. No, not Obi-Wan Kenobi. The Darth Vader. What was the Darth Vader's like master guy? Whatever his name was, that's who that looks like.
Okay.
What was another moment for you?
Katherine, when she was attacking Elena, I just love Katherine. Anything Katherine does, I'm all for. And I never liked Elena. She had her moments at the during the prom episode that I really, really liked her. Like her little shady lines and stuff that she said. But Katherine is always the number one, and I like that she was like coming after Elena, but then Elena kind of came back at her with the whole "you're running away" and blah blah blah. Yeah, I really like that whole little interaction. And Nina is really good.
She is.
Like, she deserves 1,000 Emmy nominations because she's so good.
She really is. I mean, tonight it just goes to prove how amazing she is. I mean, she's playing 3 different characters on the show, and just the emotion that she brings out. It's like we've never seen that emotion in Kath. Any emotion she has for Elena, we've never seen that for Katherine. And it's really she's really an incredible actress, actually, for this one. What's your Twitter handle?
West J. Will. I actually tweeted you before. It was a couple months ago, but it's WESJWILL.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Make sure you tweet us tonight. We'll definitely hit you up on Twitter. And thank you for calling in. Make sure you call in for the season finale.
Yes, please.
I will. All right. Thanks.
Have a great night.
Bye. All right. So Elena, she went nuts. Matt wakes up to Rebekah. Again, I love that whole Rebekah story.
I'm glad that, I really feel like they are going to get so close, because she is going to be there every day until graduation, meaning the next few episodes, we're going to see them really close. I believe her that she's going to try to do everything possible. And do you think it's going to be enough for her to actually get him to pass, or do you think she's going to have to compel people behind his back to get him passing grades?
I think she's going to work with him. I don't think she's going to compel him. I really feel like he's going to be the Caroline to her close. He's going to teach her humanity. And I think that's what all she's ever wanted, and that's what's appealing to her.
That's a great point.
And I don't think, she's going to want to keep using her vampire abilities, and he's going to help her kind of wean off of them.
That's a great point, because she can get everything she wanted without the cure.
She could compel Matt to love her.
I don't think she'll do that, because like Damon, she wants it to be real. But I really think the two of them working together, they kind of, in life, they say it's not the person you want, but the person you need that you should be with. And they really need each other.
And we really need you guys to go to iTunes right now, download, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Please help us get to #1. We love everyone on YouTube. We appreciate all the YouTube love. But please, after you guys hit us up on YouTube, please go to iTunes and get us to #1. We would really appreciate it. I want to talk about Caroline. Because as much as I love Rebekah, I was in love with Caroline first.
Okay. I love Caroline.
And Caroline delivered the hell out of this episode. Our leading ladies did an amazing job.
They did.
Tonight.
I mean,
because I just want to tell all the fans out here for the moment, because what we do is we come into AfterBuzz, we watch the show, and it's fun watching it. I love watching it by myself because it's a different, I can get sucked into it, but it also is enjoyable to come in and watch it with another person. And Kristen this episode, when I tell you the scene where Caroline ran out the house and was being choked by Silas, and then when she woke up, bumped into, who was it? It was Matt. And we were like, oh, good, fine, Matt saved her. And then it was Silas again. And then it was close again.
Then she ran up
and then
to the
she
house.
ran into the car and called her mom. I turn over and Kristen's holding, she ain't even wearing a necklace, and she's holding her, like, clutching her pearls, like. And then when she got to her mom's house, and she was standing there and she calls her mom on the phone. Kristen did not move her damn hand the entire time. She didn't move her hand until after it was Bonnie and her mom.
Yeah.
That was a very intense scene, actually.
The worst part is they made me think, okay, yeah, this is her mom. And then Silas does the whole switch.
Yep.
Whenever Bonnie's at the door, and Bonnie's like, that's not your mom. And I'm like, ah!
And I'm like, well, you just saying that because you're Silas?
Yeah. But then she's on the other side of the door, and he's behind Caroline, and I'm just like, I'm like on the edge of my seat crying and screaming at the same time. I'm kind of getting into it now.
That moment was such an... You know why I liked it? It reminded me of the episode where Alaric went crazy.
Yes.
And I love that episode because finally, for once in Vampire Diaries, they gave me an episode that made me feel like I was watching a scary movie.
Like Psycho.
Yeah, or Scream, or you know what I mean?
Scream.
Something like that. And we got that moment tonight with Caroline. And I love that because I love the give us a little adrenaline. You know, for most of the time it's just the sappy love story, which is great because it's such an in-depth love story, but I want that scare. I want that hunt. I like that, you know? And I really love that was delivered tonight as far with Caroline, because they were tricking the hell out of us. I don't know who the hell to trust in this damn town.
I love it. I mean, I felt like every emotion triggered inside of me for that 45 minutes minus the commercials, obviously. Like, I was just like, wow, that makes a good show or a good movie or whatever kind of entertainment you're watching if you can, like, scream, cry, laugh all in the same, like, 40 minutes. Like, incredible. And
really incredible, the fact that they can take us from that scene to bouncing over to Matt and Rebekah, who, you know, seeing Rebekah, this evil vampire, being soft and caring, and, you know, us kind of warming up to her, then to going to Elena being tortured, and then she breaks down and cries, and it was crazy. And then to have Caroline's mom dead, I mean, we were freaking out. It was kind of embarrassing to even say that we even reacted to a television show like that. We're like, what? This is not happening. Caroline's mom cannot be dead. And then she's like feeding her blood. It wasn't working. We're like, oh my God, they really just killed Caroline's mom.
And she puts blood in the needle that she's putting it in her heart like it's adrenaline or something.
Yeah,
vampire blood. I was just like, no, do not die. No, she didn't die. Wake up.
It's like Tyler's mom done gone dead. Jeremy gone dead. Caroline's
Mother's
mom
Day's
dead.
coming up. She cannot die.
And then Caroline talking about, we'll move away. We'll find you a nice man. Like, oh my, that was so random, actually. That was
need to find you a good man. Maybe that's coming. Maybe that's a little foreshadowing, but
I feel like Caroline's mom's a lesbian. Deep down, she just doesn't know it.
That could be.
Her dad was gay, and her mom's just gonna turn lesbian. I would love that, actually.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Free love.
There you go.
Gender free.
And so we find out Silas has been chasing Caroline around because he wants to know where Bonnie is. And we find out Bonnie's trying to work with Katherine because she said, I made a deal with Silas. I need the tombstone. I'm going to draw the power from it and let the veil open for a couple moments. I'm going to let Silas die, and then I'm going to close the veil. So, sounds great.
Right.
Don't think it's going to go down like that.
It never does.
No.
But so Katherine realizes that, you know, you don't have to wait till the full moon, that she's going to do it before because the tombstone is has Katsia's blood in it. So that's a powerful enough source. They don't need the full moon.
Now, what did you think of the deal between her and Katherine in turning Katherine immortal?
Well, Elena's not going to like that, considering that's Elena's new plot point and, you know, plan of action.
But why do we want the evil Katherine to be immortal?
Yeah, and I'm not sure why she wants to be immortal. Maybe because Elijah.
Well, she wants to be immortal because she doesn't want to ever
To run. Right. I get that, but I
feel like Bonnie it's something else in Bonnie's head. It's going to be like a switch or something like that with Silas.
I don't know what's going to go on for sure, but I think she probably will go through with the giving Katherine what she wants, because who really cares if she's immortal anyway, other than Elena?
No, well, imagine if Bonnie just does to Katherine what happened to Silas. Immortal.
With this spell.
And then locks her down in a cave.
I really don't want that. That's really sad.
That'd be so sad for Katherine.
Yeah, no.
Like, dang, girl, you're just losing on all ends.
I don't think that's necessary.
No.
That's a bit extreme. But, I mean, how is this going to work if Bonnie is opening the veil days before the full moon? She can open it whenever now.
What happens on the full moon?
I don't know. And, like, when is Silas taking the cure? When is, like, helping him die?
On that note, let's head into predictions.
Okay.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Everyone apparently is going to try to stop Bonnie from doing the spell.
Yep.
But why? Because, like I said before, I trust Bonnie. And I know she's opening it, which they don't want her to do, but it sounds like she can open it for just a small amount of time. But like Jillian said, somebody can follow Jeremy out.
And I feel like it's going to be a little more than just one person, one demon following Jeremy out.
Well, then we got next season to deal with it.
And that's exactly how I feel they're going to leave it. We only have 2 more episodes left. I mean, Silas, the Tombstone. This season has been crazy. I can't imagine the next 2 episodes being crazy. I mean, they have to be, like, retarded. I'm so excited for these next 2 episodes, although I'm very sad that we're coming to an end.
Right.
Because they got my blood pumping.
Ooh, yeah, I kind of need a break, actually.
We've had so many damn breaks. I don't want another break.
That's true. That's true.
But we probably will need a break after this veil is open, because I can imagine what's about to come out and where they're going to leave us hanging. Because it ain't going to be hanging on a love story this time, so it's got to be something dramatic.
Who is Elena going to end up with?
Stefan.
I mean, after this season, you think Stefan already, or do you think...
I was actually really surprised when Stefan said to her, I want you to focus on one thing. I felt like right then and there she was just going to kiss Stefan and Damon was going to be...
So did I.
I really,
so too.
I kind of wanted it to happen.
Of course she focused on hate rather than love.
Right. What is the world coming to?
I don't know.
On that note, we hope you love us at iTunes, at AfterBuzz TV on Vampire Diaries. Make sure you follow us at AfterBuzz TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You guys can tweet us. I know you guys need to tweet us all week long, because I can imagine what you guys are thinking out there, waiting for next week. You can tweet me at DJ Jesse J.
You can tweet me at Cinematic Escape, or you can Bing my blog, Cinematic Escape.
Until next week, same time, same place.
Bye.
Peace.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.